Does Amazon deliver to the Philippines? That is a very common question, and the answer is yes. As you can see, I'm holding a parcel that was delivered from Amazon straight to my door. I didn't have to go anywhere, I didn't have to pay anything extra. I ordered it on the website, I paid on the website using my GCash MasterCard, and it came straight to my door. The great thing is Amazon are giving free delivery to the Philippines as long as your order is over 49 US dollars. Now I think there will be a lot of people placing orders today because it's Black Friday and the discounts are insane. Now one of the other common questions is, am I going to be hit with a big bill from customs? There are mixed arguments about this online. Some people say if it's under 10,000 pesos, you won't have to pay anything to customs. Some people say, no, you still have to pay, but it's like this, you have a certain discount. So I thought, what's the best way to get an answer to this? Let's go to customs and ask them ourselves, so we have a straightforward answer.
Hi, I am Mark Almase and I am the head of the Central Millage Center. I am the current subport collector of this port under the direct supervision and authority of the Bureau of Customs Port of NAIA.
Okay. Now, I've heard a lot of conflicting stories online. Some people say if your order is under 10,000 pesos, you won't pay customs duties. Some people said, oh no, you still will. It just depends on the one that's examining it. So what's the truth here? Is there really this kind of de minimis or exemption, or is it not real?
Yeah, as per our current law and current regulations, we have what we call the de minimis value. If you order online and the value is less than 10,000 pesos, there will be no duties and taxes. Provided, if we have questions about the value, you can present a verifiable document like invoice, payment receipt, or any proof of purchase, which showing the actual purchase value.
So let's say I go on Amazon and I see something I like, and it's 9,000 pesos, and then I order it to the Philippines. That means that when it arrives, I'm not going to be hit with customs.
Yes. If it is less than 10,000, absolutely, the Bureau of Customs will not collect duties and taxes.
How about if the item is 9,000 but my shipping is 3,000 because it's too heavy? That would push me on to 12,000. Does that mean that I'm over the limit because of the shipping fee?
No. The de minimis value is only the purchase value. Other charges was not included, like the shipping fee, the transportation cost, the handling fee is not included,
Okay.
except only for the purchase value.
So as long as the item itself is under 10K, we're okay.
Yeah.
Let's say I ordered something more expensive, it's 15,000 pesos. What's going to happen when it arrives to the Philippines?
Expect that the Bureau of Customs will hold that parcel for the assessment of duties and taxes, and you will be required to pay duties and tax.
Now, would I pay on just the 15,000, or how about the shipping fee? Is that included in the computation?
Yeah, as per the current law of the Philippines, we need to add the shipping fee and the insurance, which is the component of dutiable body before we compute the duties and tax.
Is it right that some items are restricted? For example, CDs. Let's say I want to import K-pop or something like that. Is there some kind of restriction on items?
Yeah,
like
actually,
that?
these CDs and DVDs were categorized by the government as regulated items. If it is more than 6 pieces, the Bureau of Customs will require you to submit an import permit from our optical media board. Without that import permit, the Bureau of Customs will not allow to have it processed and to have it released from the Bureau of Customs.
How about food items, for example? They might fall under FDA. Is there some kind of limitation there?
Yeah, per processed food stuff, the limitations is only 10 kilograms. If you exceeded on that particular limit, the Bureau of Customs will require you to coordinate with the Food and Drugs Administration to secure an import permit.
So if you're going to import items, especially if there's a lot of items, you really have to be aware up front that there are certain requirements or restrictions in your personal allowance. Where could they find out about this? Is it available on the customs website?
Well, as an effort of the Bureau of Customs, we already summarize it, and it was already published to our official website.
Okay, so before I order something online, it's better if I check your website so I can know already, oh, this one might need some kind of clearance, or this one can come through without something like that.
Yeah. If our client have question or concerns with the Bureau of Customs, we encourage them to call our hotlines. We have different hotline numbers. We have our official email address, or they may also open a ticket through our official website, and we are very much willing to attend on whatever their concerns with the Bureau of Customs.
I noticed that outside you now have a help desk. Is that new?
Actually, that's the one of the effort of the Bureau of Customs to attend to all concerns of our client. So all offices of the Bureau of Customs was required to have a help desk.
So can you show us what would happen if I ordered something that potentially went beyond the de minimis value? Can you show us what the process would be?
Yeah, we are now in the Central Mail Exchange Center. We are catering all postal items coming in here in our country. This is what we call the inbounding area. So from the ramp, from the aircraft, all postal items will come here, and then these are the destinations, the first destinations of all parcel. Once our parcel arrive here, it will be debugged and everything will pass through our X-ray machine. Well, we're looking for regulated items, prohibited items, and those taxable items. After we X-ray it, parcel will be segregated into two. One will be subject for physical examination, and one will go through the dispatching section for delivery. If your parcel was subjected for physical examination, you will be notified by the Philippine Postal Corporations or by your courier to go here at the Central Mail Exchange Center to witness the process, to witness the physical examination until it will release to you as claimant. That parcel was profiled by our screener, by the Bureau of Customs. This is the physical examination by the Bureau of Customs. That parcel was subjected to physical examinations, and we required the addressee or their authorized representative to come here to physically witness the examination. That's for transparency, for them by themselves to see what's the content of their parcel from other country. Well, it seems to be good. The goods found to be freely importable. Well, it was already cleared by the Bureau of Customs. The releasing will be care of PhilPos. So the client will go to the other window to pay for handling fee or the processing fee of PhilPos, not by the Bureau of Customs. If the Bureau of Customs found that your parcel is subject to duties and tax, we will prepare BC Form 116, which is the assessment form, and you will be required to pay at the customs cashier. For provinces, you may pay it at the local post office of your nearest province or town.
Well, my experience this time, because usually we have parcels, but this time it's faster, and of course we go through all the process, but still the process is more friendly. I think improvement would be like sign, because of course they tell us where to go, but we need to follow, like if there are markers or signs.
So you were standing there while I did the surprise interview with the gentleman. What do you think about his feedback?
Well, it's good that that client appreciate the different improvements in this particular office. According to him, before they waited for so long, but now it's a little bit faster and convenient.
And what's your impression on what he said about the signages or the guiding people where to go?
Well, we will add some signage to guide them, and we welcome that particular comment.
What if people still have questions, they're still confused, and they need an answer from Bureau of Customs? Is there a way that they can speak to you and get an answer?
Well, I encourage them to connect with our hotline numbers. We have also official email address. They may connect also to our official website through the ticket portal.
Okay.
Even in our official Facebook account, they may send message there.
Okay. What if I want to call someone but I don't have a load? Have you considered something like Viber or?
Yeah, we have also a Viber account.
So even through Viber I can, okay,
Yeah.
That's good. And there's really someone monitoring it?
Yeah, we are here 24/7 for the
Okay,
public.
that's good to know. Okay, thank you for your time today, sir. So there you go, you heard it directly from Customs. I appreciate that they were willing to do the interview, to speak transparently, to help educate and inform. Because if you look at most of the complaints online, even my own experiences, People don't mind paying, that's fine. They just want to know, what is the process? What's the right thing? Is there a certain threshold or exemption? If you can educate and inform, people will be much happier. And in fact, that's one of the things he said. When they created their customer service desk, when they implemented all their hotlines and made sure there's enough people manning them, answering questions, their complaints went down, massively down, to the point where they basically do not get complaints. So that's really the thing, to educate, inform, so people know what to expect. So yes, there you go. If you're going to order on Black Friday, now is the time. Although you also have Cyber Monday, so you have a little bit of, a little bit of leg room to order. I would just remind you to be careful about what you import, what you order, because some items are regulated, like they said earlier. You might buy a Android tablet and then NTC could say, hey, that's a regulated item, that has Wi-Fi, that's Bluetooth, that's under our agency, you need to get a clearance or a permit. I have seen so many people talking online, even friends I've spoken to, and they have bought stuff, it was delivered straight to their door. No one asked for a permit or a clearance, but you might not get that lucky. And we should really try to follow the rules. And I think people don't mind following the rules as long as they actually know what the rules are. And that's why I wanted to ask him earlier, how can we find out? Let's say I want to know what are the regulated or restricted items. What about the de minimis value, the 10,000 pesos? That's why I wanted to go there, to clear up all of these questions, because there's conflicting answers online, and who can you trust? Who can you believe, right? This person says this person says that. It's he said, she said, and that's not going to help when you go to customs, because they're going to go strictly by the book. So that's again why I appreciate the Bureau of Customs giving us their time and actually answering those questions. So just a short video, and yeah, happy shopping, happy Black Friday. Thanks for watching.